Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today is the day we get our 7-star Phoenix for those of you who collected all the dark plumes. Now, I am still in kind of mixed opinions about her, and I'm gonna showcase that effectively in today's video. So overall, she's definitely the type of champion that I really want to like, because I do think she has a fairly quirky playstyle and she answers a couple of problem defenders. But there are also inherent problems, and that's besides the lagginess. I swear she lags my phone. Not as bad as Dust Sandstorm or Loten Boss, but still. Um, Overall, I think damage-wise, it's like one of the trickier bits. I think her damage is quite fine. The problem with her damage is that she's still kind of ramp-up-ish, so she needs to build up with multiple level 1s and level 2s. Obviously, power gain helps for that, but effectively to your first 2 level 1s, you still need to build up, and only then you kind of start doing a nice, good amount of damage. Here you can see that that Winter Soldier's health is going away quite rapidly, and obviously here I'm also not baiting out opponent's special attacks. Still though, this is a 7-star rank 2 unduped, no synergies, no nothing, and she, is dealing with him fairly well. So here I activated my level 2 to finish. I would have entered the new damage cycle, which would have been great. It was 1 minute 9 seconds. It's not, however, necessarily applicable to the fight where you have to bait out specials, right? Because you do need to be a bit more cautious there and hope for AI cooperation. However, then I brought her into Labyrinth of Legends, and well, long story short, I'm not gonna delay all of you here, but point being is her damage doesn't get better. If 500k was 1 minute, that's effectively her at her peak for most part. Did make some mistakes in this fight, but 5 minutes to do the 3,300,000, so yeah, kind of checks out for most part. So yeah, now let's take a look at her matchups. And if she's awakened, she actually has a very decent auto block counter. The problem is that the auto block she counters are not necessarily the matchup that you'd want. Yes, the awakened ability makes doing Red Skull better, because even after the first level 1 at max sig, you can safely attack Red Skull after level 1s, makes the fight much easier. The fight's still doable, for sure, without the awakened ability, but it's easier, more convenient to do with it. And she's decent. Red Skull counter, not the best by the way, because Incinerate damage is energy damage, and she doesn't stop his armor ups. He might not get like 10 of them, but still. He takes reduced energy damage, so she's not the fastest option for Red Skull, but it's definitely okay-ish enough. The problem is that there are a whole bunch of options for Red Skull, even from different classes, so he's not necessarily the defender with fewest counters. And I like her against Sentinel. However, note that I am using Phoenix here against an unduped Sentinel. Against a duped one, you do need to be super vigilant. I do believe that your striker will help you get over, those last percent of Sentinel's health, but absolutely do not need Awakening here for anything really. And she does well. There's no real issue. Here we are also doing the fights where we do need to bait out specials, and as we can see here, I'm playing it kind of like slow and steady for the most part. And I love that level 2 is unblockable, so you can just throw it whenever. And now at this point, I am in my damage phase, and I can go kind of crazy. Well, as crazy as I can. Again, still keep in mind that you do need to bait out the specials, and that is part of the problem, because, well, waiting out specials and waiting out for special animations, your damage phase kind of expires. The good bit is you can re-enter second damage phase by activating the second level 2 quite nicely, but it takes time. So I think she's decent Sentinel counter. You still need to watch about the end. Now, this is the matchup that everybody, is curious the most, because Zola at the moment is a big pain point defender. And she's quite good for him. Starting from the fact that you will have quite a lot of chances to mitigate chip damage that you get in the fight. Like here, I took a little bit of a hit, and I can easily regen that back. Additionally, if you push Zola to his level 2, then that disintegration that he places on you, you can recover health from that when your Phoenix forces expire. And overall, the passive stun on the heavy attack, that almost gives her an automatic kind of in this fight. Now, bet out at level 2, I'm going to be taking some damage, that's fine, but we're going to see that Zola melts. And I love this matchup. So, as a purpose kind of built champion, she definitely works very well. My problem kind of starts with her a bit later on. Now, first of all, there is another matchup, couple more matchups that I found her to be working decently well outside of her class relationship, and Medusa is definitely one of them, especially when Phoenix is awakened. Again, throw one level 1, Medusa auto block goes away, and there's absolutely no defensive threat then. You can see that I activated my level 1 in time. I only got 2 Furies though, but I actually risked here a bit. I needed to get the third one, but that's my bad. That one's on me, lads. But still, she's a good auto block counter. You can get a ton of use out of her heavy attacks. You can go and hit Medusa once, start charging your heavy attack. So even unduped, she should be working quite decently for Medusa. And now we can see that you enter your damage phase. Her Furies will not matter at all whatsoever. And she's just gonna die. She's just gonna die. So here again, I'm using a 4-star against 7-star rank 3. But yeah, I kind of like it. I like the playstyle. Again, I just wish she didn't like me. Now the question is, do I plan on taking her to rank 3 like right now? And the answer is gonna be probably not. I think I skipped Thing fight somewhere. She can also do Thing. I think I missed it, but that's fine. You can also do Thing. But trying to use her against Arcade was kind of annoying because her auto block counter doesn't work against Arcade because he's immune to ability accuracy reduction on his auto block. And then I realized that against, for instance, like Arcade, she's just no better than just about any other champion that you'd use because you still need to knock him down as you always would. And none of her abilities, really help you in that much. And then there's a plethora of tech defenders where you do not want to use her. I'm going to go over that as well. So again, I'm still kind of on the fence. I really want to like the character, but I generally do have a ton of doubts about her as well. She has no defensive value. She's fairly abysmal in just about all the matches outside of her class advantage matchups against techs effectively. And yeah, I don't know. So this is it. So let's go to the Khonshu Zang and take a look. She's gonna suck against FAM or be mid at best because of the FAM SIG, minus 90% duration on incinerates. That's not gonna be great for sure. So she's okay against Arcade, good against Zola. Who else we have here as defender? She's gonna be fine against Guardian, of course. Sentinel's good. Prowler, well, Prowler's not much of a defender, but Penny, He will counter the auto block, but then he's incinerate immune, so that's kind of pointless. Doesn't counter that. Shocker, still not going to be a great time against her. I don't think Shuri is going to be particularly amazing time either, but that's not here nor there. But she does fairly decent here. She does very abysmal everywhere else, though. She's not going to be great for any of these, for sure, by the looks of it. Mutants, I don't think she does a single meaningful mutant matchup. Like, no Bishop, no Havoc, no Onslaught, no Domino. I wonder how well she does against Gentle. Huh. Should be okay against Gentle. That could be quite useful for her. Because Gentle is becoming more and more popular. But moving on, Science, obviously she can kind of do thing, but it's still fairly tricky to manage the rock stacks. She's definitely not going to be good against Photon. And then Mystic, she's not meant to counter. And other Cosmics, not going to be the best either, I think. At the same time, she definitely has her charm. What are your testing results so far, guys? Because I am still sitting on the fence about Phoenix. I enjoy using her. I know if I did rank her, that would be like for Zola. My doubts are in her other useful matchups. That's where I'm sitting on her. But at the very least, she's definitely a lot better than she was, and it is quite fun. Try and burn your opponents and not get to level 3. So, yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, we have all been